This is Dakari Wadlington, and you're now tuning in to Tell the Truth Boxing. Like, share, and follow.
Loma is an own entity in boxing. He's a good fighter.
We tell the truth here. They wouldn't lie to us.
We lie to people.
He's lying to him.
You see the details? We don't bullshit over here.
That man's
55,
63 years old.
He was beating the shit out of
Tell
him.
the truth. Tell the damn truth.
Welcome back, y'all. Tell the Truth Boxing Pod, episode 10. Back where it all started. Here at Finishers. Started here at episode 1. Might as well do it at episode 10. You see Rick feeling himself. We got the merch now. You feel you see it, right? You see the details. We don't bullshit over here. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot to cover. Of course, this is Khalif. It's numero uno. Look, we got a lot to cover. All right, but what we should cover the most, we're gonna cover the most. We got to talk about the Haney Loma. I know there's been a huge debate about who won, who lost, is it a robbery? And of course we're going to get into one of the biggest fights. I don't think it's going to be the biggest fight this year, but you know, I think that already happened with Ryan and Gervonta. But you know, we got another mega fight coming in Spence and Crawford, you know what I'm saying? So we'll be covering that, not just this episode, but a couple episodes after. But again, the merch is here. Hit us up. The Valley Savage. Hit up Khalif. Rick Nuno. We got you. We got different colors. We got all types of shit, man. But let's start it off. Last time we left you off with Cinco de Mayo, right? And we had Canelo Ryder. There ain't much to talk about, man. I mean, you know, my thoughts. Canelo kind of looked like, I don't know how y'all feel, but I feel like Canelo kind of looks like
He's declining.
a little bit, you know, because he put hands, don't get me wrong, he put hands on Ryder, you know, he knocked him down, left him a bloody mess, but I don't know, man, he was getting touched. He was getting touched in that fight, man.
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen Canelo really, besides Bivol, the Bivol fight, I think Bivol took a lot out of Canelo in that fight, and then this match with Ryder, he wasn't the same. And I'm seeing like sluggish. He's planting his feet too much. He's getting hit a lot more. He's bleeding. You don't really see Canelo get hit like that. So I'm thinking he's on the decline, slowly losing it.
Yeah, man, that's hard for me to say, man. Decline. I don't know. I don't know about decline, but I just feel like it's something where he's kind of hit his stride. I think we've seen Canelo at kind of his best, you know, early on in like 3 to 5 years. You know, I feel like he was hitting his stride fully. I think Bivol was kind of the statement of, you know, Canelo's not invincible, and now with Ryder going the distance and taking him all the way, and really like Canelo was Canelo, but it just wasn't the like spectacular big punches, big combinations, slick, elusive Canelo that we're used to seeing. So I would say decline, but I think it's like, you know what I want to say? I think it's like when you have a certain opposition, you kind of meet their level, and I feel like that's what happened with Canelo in that last fight. I feel like we talked about this before with Canelo, and I don't feel Canelo should be fighting Bivol again. I feel like that's his kryptonite. He's not going to beat him. Whether it's 68 or 75, Canelo's not going to beat Bivol based on his style. But I still don't think, I don't know. I guess I'm Mexican. I guess something about pride in my feelings right now.
Yeah,
but it's like, oh my God. It's just, you know, I don't want to just give up on him yet and say he's on the decline.
I'm not saying, when I say the decline, I'm not saying that he's going to lose his next fights, but he's getting hit more. He doesn't look as...
And with Benavidez now. So now the fight with Benavidez...
Is that set in stone?
No, it's not set in stone, but it's like being talked. Okay. It's being discussed.
Yeah, it's being discussed. And
it's like really discussed.
Let me tell you something. If we get that fight, with all the fights that we already had, the fights that we have coming up, because don't forget about Schoolboy, and Anyway. We have a ton. If that fight happens, this is... Can y'all think of a better boxing year?
Yeah.
Like in the last, 10, 15 years?
Yeah. Literally, like the last 5 years, you know, boxing has been like once in a while that big fight comes, and to have this year like consecutive big names, big fights.
Tough fights that you don't know how they're gonna come out. Because I'll admit I was wrong. I was wrong about, I went and said that Loma was gonna lose 10-2 to Haney, and boy did Loma prove me wrong. But Canelo going against.
Yeah, y'all were really big on that. Yo, run that tape back. Y'all were really big.
I don't think the league was. I was the one that was like, because I felt that Loma was. It was even though I know Jermaine was Loma's sparring partner. And I knew that like he was coming back from the war and all that, and it's, but it just didn't look like. I mean, Jermaine Ortiz really hasn't. He had that real tough fight with Adorno, and he's fought a lot of guys, but he either lost to them or he came out close. I know he beat Jamel Herring pretty bad, but Jamel Herring was kind of on the back end.
He was back end of his career.
You know what I'm saying? And then when I seen Loma against him, I'm like, damn. Because I look at Jermaine Ortiz and I look at Devin, and I'm like, Devin is like way. And if Jermaine gave him that kind of problems, I felt like Devin was he's younger than him, like 11 years younger.
Oh, yeah.
He was bigger, he was longer, he was more athletic. Like,
y'all gonna watch him.
But Loma came in there and it's like, he made me look like,
you thought he was gonna scrub him up.
I thought he was gonna scrape
him up, but
scrape him.
Actually, Loma was fighting good in there. I definitely gave it to Haney though, even though a lot of people think that Loma won that fight. You can't beat the champion. You gotta really beat the champion. Devin Haney was the undisputed champion. I think the jab and the right hands to the body kind of set the tone of that fight.
Body shots from Haney was great.
It was breaking down Loma.
I did love that.
Put some hands and feet on him early, but and towards the end,
put them paws on early.
He was washing them up a little bit, you know what I mean? But Devin Haney came strong 12th round, and I think he saved the fight. A lot of people say it was a robbery.
The 12th round saved him.
Yeah.
I think that Loma letting up like that, even if he would have came in there with the combinations with that crowd there, even if the combos weren't even landing, he would have gotten all that. It would have been 10, 11, and 12. You know what I'm saying? So then people would have been like, then it would have.
It would have been a stamp.
Yeah.
Haney
But the judges screwed that fight over. They said unanimous decision for Devin Haney. That's where all the controversy happened. But that's why people said it was robbery. Because they said unanimous.
How do you feel about
that? No. And at first when I was hearing the robbery stuff, I was like almost in agreement. But it wasn't a robbery. I feel like it could have been a split decision or a draw.
Split.
I feel like it could have been split decision for Haney, or I had a split decision or draw. I think why I was so big on Loma impressing me and felt like he did enough to win was the fact that he was busy early on. It wasn't something where it was like slow, delayed.
He went right at him.
He went right at Haney, and I feel like that's what showed me that he was still, a major factor in that division, because I was thinking like you, where it's like, he's had the war, he didn't look good against, the Spanish kid Ortiz, Jermaine, and he didn't look too good. I'm like, it's a possibility.
Everyone thought that.
It's a possibility that the young Haney is just going to school him and just really just put too much and overwhelm him with all of the angles, all the speed, all the range.
I have to give you that because that's what everyone thought. He's longer. But we got to know, Loma is his own entity in boxing. He's a good fighter.
He is.
And he can still give all those guys some work. It's just because of the angles. And now he's letting his hands go. If you'd have done it to Teofimo, he wouldn't have ever lost.
He wouldn't have ever lost.
Yeah, he couldn't, because he got started like halfway through the fight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And those scorecards, I don't think they were that lopsided in that fight either. You know what I'm saying? I think it was close to the point where the both fighters were like, damn, who's gonna win? You know what I'm saying? And when they said and knew, we all knew. You know what I mean? But definitely Loma had me looking crazy.
I think Loma had I think Loma just had you shocked. Oh damn! I wasn't expecting this Loma.
He had the scrub brush out. He was scrubbing down. Scrubbing Haney out, man.
He was, man.
I think that Devin. Here's the thing: the fact that we didn't see an official weigh-in. Can y'all remember the last time you didn't see an official weigh-in? Because the one that they televised was. facade. It was like a fake one after they did the real one.
Yeah.
And I think that Devin went in there after seeing how they clowned him last time against Cambosos when he was on there looking like Skeletor.
Yeah.
Remember that picture?
Yeah.
He was like, nah, yo, I don't want people clowning me like that. You know what I'm saying? Wait till I rehydrate and then let me get up there and do all that. I think that's why you didn't see the real one. But if you got to do all that, I think it's time to go up. You know what I mean? Because if you know you're gonna be looking crazy and like, it's not healthy, man. Especially if you want to fight guys like, I mean, I know I slept on Loma, but two people I know I'm not sleeping on is Tank and Shakur.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you're drained for that, those kind of guys,
it's gonna be a long.
It's gonna be a long
Him
night,
and
man. Because
Shakur
he
will be a
was
good
hitting
fight.
clean. He was
It'd be
hitting
a great
clean to
fight.
the body, and it seemed like it wasn't even slowing Loma down. He was hitting clean. Flush
Yo,
to the body, and Loma was
Digging,
still coming
flush.
forward.
I just think Loma wanted it that bad. It's just he didn't do enough. He could have edged it out. Us true boxing fans, fighters, we've seen the jab. There's a lot of rounds where he's in touch with the jab. And no one's really counting that because it's just a touch.
Yeah.
But he's still landing. And that's what kind of separated them when it came down to the championship rounds.
Yeah, I mean, it was really big just to be able to maintain that type of accuracy, that type of repetitive, similar shots landing over and over again with that jab. And for me, I just love the fact that, man, Loma was landing a lot on Haney, and I think even myself, I wasn't expecting Loma to have that much success on the inside and that much success with dealing with that range as far as being able to land as much as he did.
Right.
I don't know the exact punch stats, but I felt like he did, land enough cleaner shots on Haney than a lot of people give him credit for. Man, it was a great fight, and it's crazy because a lot of people were like, yo, and I agree with your statement when you say that because it's so true. You have to clearly beat the champ to become the champ, and I felt Loma did enough to win, but he didn't do enough to beat the champ, and that's where it went down.
He's undisputed champion. Right
He's
now.
undisputed. You gotta clearly be
Convincingly
undisputed.
whoop
Yeah,
ass. You gotta watch
Like,
the
you
fight.
gotta if you got a knockdown,
Yeah,
if you got him hurt,
Mhm.
then it's like clear indicator. But that was so close. It
I
was
did
like.
think he had him hurt. He had him hurt in the 10th.
In the 10th.
But it's not like he was like,
Yeah.
wobble street, and he's gonna take him out.
Haney got back together real quick.
Yeah, that's one thing he does well. I think it's maybe
Recovers.
his youth. Yeah, he recovers quick because even with Linares when he got hurt, his legs was weak, but then when he came out the next round, it was like he was back in it.
Yeah.
That's impressive because
He's chinny though. I'm starting to realize he's chinny. He's starting to get cracked with good shots. And
maybe it's the
you
weight cut.
see him- it could
Maybe
be
it's the weight cut.
It could be that.
Because with that deals with hydration to his brain, and if he doesn't have enough fluids to the brain, any type of simple shots can rattle him and rock him, and it can get him more hurt. As if he was heavier, say if he fought at 140, which we were talking about, I think prior to starting this up.
Yeah.
If he goes up to 140, I think maybe he's at a healthier weight class. Maybe he could take the shots a little better. I don't think he can. I think he's just a person that doesn't have the best chin.
Got it.
Well, he did say that he hit up Eddie Hearn for that, for Regis, for Ruguru.
Ruger, that's dangerous.
That's yeah. But
Guys,
that
he
shows I
lands-
like that
he
though.
lands that
because
left
I,
hand.
I love that this younger generation, like Haney's class, they want all the
It's
smoke.
dope. It's dope, man.
I don't
It's-
like I'm going right up to 40 and I want Regis. And Regis, even though Regis is a little bit older,
He got a
I think
belt
he's
too,
in his-
don't he?
Oh yeah.
Program, yeah.
Yeah,
Right
he has
now.
the WBC. He has the green. That's why Haney going. Haney loved that green belt.
Yeah.
You
He loves the green, baby. The money and the belts,
that
baby.
green belt, baby. But,
Yeah.
I don't think
That ass.
Ruguru is. Yeah, Ruguru's a problem.
He sure is.
And
yo.
for him to go up there, I think he's like he said he's talking about maybe try. Like he said he's gonna try 140, and then you call out Ruguru. But he's like, I'll come down for the guys that are worth it, meaning Shakur,
Yeah, Shakur.
or Tank.
He needs to stay away from 35.
I think he needs
his
to stay
body
away from
fluid.
30.
I
I
think
don't-
it's a struggle.
As
But
young
it's
as
the
he
big
is,
fight.
Yeah.
And at 130, 135, 140, there is no bigger paycheck than Gervonta Tank Davis.
No.
So I can understand why he would want to, even though Devin it's not like he ain't been making money. He's been
Yeah.
making money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that that real big. He saw what Ryan and all of them. You know, that back end check was crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking that at least got. I mean, I ain't trying to count no pockets, but I'm thinking at least $25 million each.
Right.
What other fighter's gonna give you that besides Tank?
Yeah, it's something that he brings that a lot of fighters can't. You know, the big draw that he has and the amount of excitement that's behind him is what draws the fans. It draws automatic buys. You know, it's just big for boxing right now. And anybody that gets that fight is kind of like that golden ticket, man. You gonna get paid.
It's like fighting Canelo.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You know you're about to get paid.
You gotta
said
get that
like
payday.
Canelo knows it, and now Tank knows that ever since that Ryan fight. Now he's the Canelo of the 135.
Oh,
yeah.
He can pick and choose whoever the hell he wants to fight.
Catch cow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
It's crazy with them charges right now too, man. You know, what's up with
yo,
the
all
charges
he had
attack?
to do was play PlayStation for 2 more months, man. And he fucking found it.
Go online for 2 more months.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, though, it's like, it is what it is. Like, I know the people that have actually been in jail know, you know, I've never been locked up, but, you know, if you're only doing 3 months, yeah, it's only 3 months, but now there's 2 months in there where you were at Calvin Ford's house. You could have been training. You could have been getting yourself ready for another fight. So as soon as I get this bracelet off, we can go straight into negotiation. I can either go straight into camp, I can go straight into a fight. If if he just would have stayed on house arrest, stayed in the house, stayed disciplined. But I don't know what the violation was, but like, damn, because now with him going to jail, I don't even know if we're gonna get another fight this year from Tank.
Probably not.
Yeah, it's probably unlikely.
Right now.
It's probably unlikely.
He's gonna put on some weight when he go in there. The oodles and noodles and the juices.
Commissary's gonna be real. Commissary's gonna be real.
You know, you got crazy bro in the commissary. Yo. You
Yeah.
can do whatever you want. He's gonna be like Tyson in there, yo.
He
gonna have
I ain't trying to eat it to you.
He gonna have
Hella ramen,
Yeah.
mad soda.
You know how I go.
Got the Doritos on deck.
At first, Mayweather was doing the same thing, starving himself. And then next thing you know, can I get 2 packs of those? You know how I go.
Word, but the division has kind of been on hold, you know, for a while. Like these lightweights have been, you know, running shit for a while, but the welterweight division is starting to get hot again finally. After the Mayweather retired, you know, it kind of been on the stall a little bit. You know, Spence has been doing his thing. Crawford been knocking everybody out. You know, now we're starting to get some heat again. You know what I'm saying? I know what we're talking about, but we're going to get into that. But first we're going to talk about the fight that we had recently with Alexis Rocha and Juice. And I'm going to tell you something, man. Yo, Rocha is putting work on people because he whooped on
We saw what he did to
he whooped on
this boy that was talking hella crazy.
Blair.
Blair Cobbs.
Yeah, he beat Claire.
He beat the pro off Blair. He beat the pro off Blair Cobbs.
He smacked the fro off that boy.
Yo,
I never seen him so quiet after that. After that ass whooping.
Then he was talking about he could fight
always
boots.
right.
Talking about he could fight boots.
Come on,
And,
man. There's Jericho Juice all over the ring, just like Jay Mosley. He said he got that extra bottle. You know?
Had that extra spray on.
Standing up, man.
Yeah.
He fought somebody else. Yo, Q, can you look out?
Rocha's a problem.
Who did
He
Rocha
took
fight
a-
after
Blair Cobbs.
after Cobbs?
Ro-
It wasn't Young. It was somebody else.
No, Rocha has that loss.
He has a loss to somebody.
He does have the
Rashidi
one.
Ellis. He lost to Rashidi.
He lost to Rashidi
No, but
Ellis.
he beat Cobbs and then he fought somebody else. Damn, man, who the hell was it?
Didn't he
Luis
just not?
Alberto Varone.
Yes, and then he fought.
Juice.
Then he fought Juice.
He stopped Juice at how many rounds?
I think it was
Six or seven.
6.
I think it might have been 5th or 6th.
And
I
he
think it was
came
the
at.
fifth.
He
Yeah,
went in at Juice kind of fast too.
Yeah, man, and
that's
Juice
the
was
thing.
trying to hang in there. You know what I'm saying? He was still throwing combinations too, like 3-4 combinations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is,
Rocha's
bro.
punching,
I
man.
kind of want to be like, yo, he got to get tested, motherfucker. Like, yo,
Well,
like,
they're
where did
gonna
all
put
this
him against
power
Crawford.
come from?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They were gonna put him against Crawford.
There's
but
been the big talks with that one.
the super fight happened and that got pushed away. That's why he fought Juice.
I understand that, but bro, the way that Roach is bullying motherfuckers is like.
Well, that's why I feel
how,
like,
man?
well, the other thing that I like too is that this whole, because we were just talking about Canelo and Benavidez, the Mexican, and then with him, I feel like if him and Virgil Ortiz were to meet,
Ooh.
that's another good welterweight and
Ooh, all that
Mexican
power.
bout. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes for an exciting fight.
Somebody's getting knocked out.
Someone's getting
I
hurt.
give the edge to Ortiz though.
I do too. I do too in that fight. And that's what I'm saying.
Rocha's a
like,
fighter, but Ortiz.
So it's like Alexis Rocha, like, which was crazy because I remember I was offered that fight when he was like 3-0 or 4-0, and I was offered to fight him, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna take this fight. I'm gonna get flown out. I'm gonna fight him, but I just wasn't in the right camp, and I'm like, you know what? This is probably not the best decision for me to make right now, and he's taking off now. It's so dope. But to see like the welterweight division, and you look at Crawford, Spence, and then you have obviously Boots is still in that conversation too, but it's like he's there in skill wise, but like as far as the division, who you look at, you're looking at Crawford and Spence. Boots is right in that underneath, and there's some other names that are right with it. But I feel like Alexis Rocha is like just below them. Like he's not.
Well, I will put, because don't forget Virgil. We're talking like Virgil is just going to walk through Stenonius.
Yeah.
Stenonius ain't no walk-through fighter.
No,
like,
he's a full-fledged one.
Nah,
he's a big dude.
He's
big,
a
tough dude.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know if Virgil even is going to make it through that. That's definitely his
that's his
fight.
test right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Stenonius is the problem.
I think that his knockout streak is going to stop. That's where it stops, because Virgil is 100% knockout.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
that's impressive.
I do think. Oh hell yeah.
That's impressive in
You know
itself.
what I'm saying? Like if we give credit to Crawford for knocking everybody out at 47, you got to give credit to Virgil. For doing it pretty much. I think his whole career. His
whole career.
So he's definitely a problem. You got Stenonius who's there, and I think that like you have Cody Crowley. Who else is at 47, man?
So you got the Rashidi Ellis, even
Rashidi.
You got Rashidi, you got
even
the
though
Villa.
we got the Villa, who Villa's gonna get his head chopped. When he goes against, no offense.
Put him on the chopping block.
Yeah, man, Boots gonna
tell the truth. That's a good fight too.
I think that's still a great fight.
It's tailor made for Boots. We know what's gonna happen.
Whoa,
He's
especially
tailor-made.
after
Karen was dancing around. Yeah.
You seen the guy moving around, and everyone talk about Boots didn't look so good. First of all, fighting a guy like that, which I discussed in the previous episode, I forget what episode it was.
3, I think.
It's a tough fight for Boots just because of the movement. Now you're gonna watch Boots face a dog, somebody that's coming forward, bigger, got good power. You see what he did to Speedy, and we're gonna see how Boots handles him. I guarantee you right now, he comes to Boots with that bullshit, he gets stopped. And I'm gonna stamp that right now. Boots will not
guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Yeah. If he comes forward from round 1, he may not make it 3 rounds.
Yeah.
He needs to move around a little bit. If he's going that forward shit with Speedy, like that shit ain't gonna work with Boots. Boots, that's exactly what Boots wants you to do.
Oh yeah. Then they about Villa, right? Villa. Seems like he gets stronger as the rounds go on.
He won't have a chance to.
But Boots is so explosive. Y'all gonna realize everyone gonna be back on the Boots bandwagon. We didn't get off the bandwagon. We know what time it is. But they're gonna be back. Oh, Boots is this and this because Boots gonna handle this kid. And this kid's a dangerous kid. But that's how good Boots is. So
big puncher, chin, tough. He's willing to take it to give it. But you can't do that with Boots. I'm sorry. You cannot do this. Right. You think you're gonna take it to give it with Boots? You got another thing coming. It's gonna be a short night. And I won't even say a long night. It's gonna be a short night because it's gonna be quick. You're gonna be all of a sudden you're coming forward, get clipped. Oh damn, where'd that come from? I gotta come back up, try to fight, and then it's angles and speed again. It's a wrap. I'm sorry.
A pure finisher. Just like Crawford. He's another one with good finishes.
Good finish, yo. Just good finisher, yo. Knows how to finish, knows how to get it done, man. That's a great fucking fight, though, man. I'm looking forward to seeing that one for sure. Yeah, I'm ready to see Boots shut the lights out.
It's going to be early. You're going to get to the club like 11:30.
Tell the truth.
It's going to be quick, y'all.
So get the drink special. You know what I'm saying? Be 12 o'clock. Get that drink special.
Absolutely.
Yo, but real quick. Yeah. Yo, last night was that Shields and Cornell fight. Real quick, this is going to be short because she is the Whoa. She put hands and feet all over Cornell.
Oh yeah, hands and feet.
Hands and feet. It was. I mean, from round 1, it was a boxing. It was a boxing clinic. But Cornell has been out the ring for I think it was a few years. She's been out the ring, and it was 2-week notice. Here's my question, right?
All respect.
It was short notice.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's even.
That's basically.
But she's talking about, I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna do this to you.
She should have. She should have. I mean, she was getting hit with clean shots, and wait, did Canelo go down?
I don't think
she did go down.
Nah.
But that's the thing, right?
Shields
Because
got the power.
I know that Clarissa Shields mentioned the Terminator. She was talking about Shadeja Green. You know what I'm saying?
No, she wasn't.
I mean, it wasn't like no disrespect. It was like, you know, somebody asked her like, "Hey, who would you like to?" You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And she mentioned Shadeja Green.
Let's
you know
go.
what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Here's my only point, right? Clarissa Shields is the best boxer at 160, man. But Shadeja is a boxer puncher with crazy power.
Mm-hmm.
If you give Shadeja Green Cornejo on 9 days' notice, and she had a full camp, there's no way she would have made it.
I think Green's finishing her.
There's no way Cornejo makes it that whole fight.
And that's why
she would have been gone.
That's why she's the most dangerous opponent, like you said before, against Shields. I don't think Shields has the power to keep Shadeja Green off.
Yeah, I mean, as good as a boxer that Shields is.
Yeah, great boxer.
Man,
Great.
Shadeja gonna touch you sooner or later.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, she's gonna touch you, and I don't think that Clarissa has gone up with somebody that has that kind of power, that can also box. I can also move. I also have defense, and I can hit you at any time with something that's gonna put you down.
It's usually one or the other. That faces Clarissa. It's usually like, oh, well, we got this big puncher that's gonna hurt her, but she can't box for shit.
Yeah.
And then Shields is just, you know, maneuvering around her, you know, just putting on a boxing clinic. And then you have the boxers who are good, but they got no power, so they can't hurt Clarissa. And then Clarissa's right there with them, tit for tat. Shadeja Green, man, that it's just I love the dynamic of both.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people overlook her and feel like she's just a big puncher in the division, and she can't box, but she can box, man. And it's a great fight to be made, and I don't know if she's gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she mentions it, but I don't know if she's gonna take it. You know? I don't know. I mean, if you're the GWO, I mean, you take on all challenges.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, but that was real quick. We're gonna move on to
because I was expect. I mean, it was real quick because that was as expected. I'm sorry.
Honestly, I thought that.
You thought
I thought Shields was gonna knock her. I mean, such a short notice. You know what I'm saying? And she hasn't been in the ring for years, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like that would have been food for Chris. I mean, for
Shadeja.
Shadeja Green, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I think that's been a knock on Clarissa. Even though she excels, she's Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Her boxing is. I don't think there's a better boxer. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that Shadeja comes with both. I can box and I got crazy power. I'm knocking everybody the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
She a tank, man.
You know, it'll be a great fight. That's something that I'm really, really. That's a fight that I'm looking forward to seeing.
Is she lined up with anything? Is Shadeja lined up with anything?
No, what you call a doctor, bro? French on.
Doctor?
Yeah,
Doctor?
Oh, yeah.
I forget what sanctioning
She's
body
fighting,
ordered.
Who's she fighting?
WBA?
Yeah.
What was the sanction? The WBA, WBO?
I don't know if it was WBA.
I think it was
some
WBA.
sanction that ordered it, and you know,
she
I don't know what happened. Yeah, she ducked it, and she took on Savannah.
Yeah, she
Which
took on
Savannah
Savannah
Marshall
Marshall.
isn't like
walk in
it's
the
not
park.
a walk in the park.
Savannah Marshall is a good fighter.
She's good.
But I think that Franchon Cruz, no disrespect, I think that Franchon Cruz would have been like, if I'm going to lose, I'd rather lose on my feet than somebody having to pick me up off the ground,
Right.
which is what Shadeja would have done her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how much I believe in Shadeja, but I mean, we're going to see, man. You can't duck it forever. Like, they can't duck Leanna Cruz forever.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth. You woke up Khalif now.
Tell the truth.
Khalif ain't Yoda no more. Tell the truth.
Yeah, you ain't
Stop.
Yeah, you ain't
Tell
ducking.
him,
We gonna have
tell
to.
him,
This gonna have to be a short. Listen.
Talk to him.
115. Any smoke. Leanna Cruz wants all the smoke. I don't know how many times we scouting everybody. We want it all the smoke. I don't care what your record is. You go against Leanna, you're gonna find out she's the real deal. And we talking 118. She has the power that we spar at bigger girls, and she's always getting the best of every girl she spars. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. We go against a lot of pros. And, I ain't gonna drop names. I'll let her do that when we do her episode again.
Yeah.
But Leanna Cruz, shout out to you. You are the truth. Also, shout out to Jonathan Rodriguez with a knockout yesterday.
Yeah, man.
And I mean, knocked out. I mean, he had my man doing the milkshake on the ground. I ain't rolling around. He didn't know where he was going. You seen that, right? You did.
It's like a fish out of water,
And
boy.
Thought it was on fire.
Tajay also had a stoppage too. Tajay, what round was that?
I think it was the seventh or eighth.
Tajay's fight.
Oh, okay.
He stopped him in like the third or something. Third.
damn.
No, they went a good amount of rounds. I think it was fourth or fifth. He put him. They called the stoppage.
Oh, okay.
Corner. They
Either way, he
corner
got stopped.
it.
He got stopped regardless, man. Listen, Jonathan on the way.
Tajay was sharp.
They both are, yeah.
The Valley has some
Allentown, PA.
champions.
Woo,
They got
woo.
some champions. You know what I'm saying? The difference is,
ABE,
you know,
we in the
they're not
building.
ducking the. You know, it seemed like they're not. You know, ducking Taj. They're not ducking Jonathan. You know, the guys show up to fight.
Oh
I don't
my
know what
God,
it is
yeah.
about Leanna, man. They don't want to.
They don't wanna
Yo, I told you, I was like, yo, if Leanna was uglier, she would get these fights. You know what I'm saying? But nobody wants to lose to a pretty girl, man.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna
Yeah.
go back and be like, oh, this girl's actually pretty. Let me see her other fights. Then they're gonna see her whooping all on you. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to be a part of that compilation, man. They don't want to be a part of that collage. You know what I'm saying? Like the last girl had 4 losses, man. I ain't trying to talk shit. I understand. It takes heart to get in there. Don't get me wrong. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of hard work, you know, to even have the will to even step in that ring if you know what's actually about to happen.
Absolutely.
So don't get me wrong. But if you 5-4, you should not be turning down no fucking fights. I'm sorry. You're 5-4
At
professional.
that point, yeah.
Like in the beginning of your career, you should not be turning down shit. If there's a belt on the line, and you're like, nah, I don't want to do that. Are you fucking get? Like if she can't get that girl,
That's shook
I
to
mean,
me.
I really
That's
listen,
shook to me.
Leanna just needs to keep her head above
Listen, I'm
water.
gonna tell y'all right
because-
now. We put in. There's a lot of girls we scout. We call them. Let's do the contract. Let's do this. Nobody want to fight this girl, man.
Damn, man.
She's starting to become that you know that Triple G status.
Yeah.
At 115.
And she only got 5 wins, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
It's because when you get in the ring with Leanna, you feel everything.
Yeah,
She
but these
makes
are girls
sure
that
you
haven't
feel
been
it.
even in the ring with her, and they're like, nah.
But usually women and fighters that are in this game are like, yo, like, I want it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what's crazy? Like I got my female fighter with Yanni Rosario,
Yes.
who's trained
Another really good fighter.
Leanna. And it's like, yo, I'm surprised people want to smoke with her. People want to smoke with her.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, y'all got no idea.
Mm-hmm.
But with her, it's like, they already know, like, damn, yo, I can't fuck with her. She's so good.
Yeah.
She got so much to bring to the table.
And
I don't
the
even
thing
want
is-
to take the risk.
The thing is, she's still elevating.
I know.
You
She's only getting better.
It's only y'all better face her now because
Yeah,
when,
get her
exactly.
now.
Exactly.
when we get her to where I need to get her, we gonna be knocking y'all out.
Yeah.
I mean all of y'all out. So yeah, shout out to Leanna. Hey, shout out to Allentown.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah,
Tajay out
I
here.
know.
We got Jonathan Rodriguez. We got Leanna Cruz. We got Gus.
Gus, I can't wait to see him too.
Gus just had a first round knockout.
It'd be good to have him on, man. We like
Yeah,
it'd
we
be good to have him on
definitely
an
doing
episode,
that.
man.
We're gonna be doing some episodes out of Showstoppers Boxing Gym, and our first episode is gonna be with Coach D, David Hamilton. But
Yeah, man. It was
we're gonna
good
drop
seeing
that.
him
We're
last
gonna
night. It
drop
was good
that
seeing
one.
him last night,
We're
man.
gonna drop that one. That's coming up.
Who does D got? Who does D got in the Spence and Crawford fight? Who's he got?
He's going with Errol Spence.
Yo, it's only you and Rick, man.
All right, so hold on,
It's only you and
wait.
Rick.
We're not tapping into that yet. Are we tapping into that right now?
We can tap into that. Let's tap. You know what?
Let's
Yeah,
quick
tap into
get
that.
this. Yeah, no, we're gonna tap-
Let me check my watch.
No, hold on,
Yeah.
tell the truth. Let's get the Taylor real quick. The Taylor fight.
Taylor fight.
Oh, you talking about
Katie
the,
Taylor.
and-
Upset loss, man. Katie Taylor lost that fight. I was surprised. It looked like a dog fight. It looked like they were going at
that
it
was
back
a
and
great
forth.
fight, man. It was a good ass fight.
Did you really feel like?
I'll be
lost the
honest,
fight?
I didn't really. I'll put my opinion, but I really didn't get to watch much. I pretty much just like watched the highlights.
Yeah.
I was expecting Katie Taylor to win, so
Yeah.
when I heard that she got upset and lost, I'm like, holy shit, what happened in that fight?
Mm-hmm.
Watching the highlights, I saw she was in the dog fight, but I saw in the dog fight she was losing in the exchanges.
Okay, yeah.
So that was like, damn, like
Yeah.
who the hell is this? Like where did this come from? Because
Yeah.
I was expecting Katie Taylor to like be the aggressor, put it on her, have her really like step back, second guess when she was in those exchanges. But this
girl was on her. Yeah.
She was on
I didn't
her.
get to see a fight, but
I didn't get to really
I
watch
seen
it.
some
so-
of the highlights, and I kind of agree with you. It just looks like she's past her prime.
Well, that's why I wanted the Serrano fight again. You know what I'm saying?
Serrano
I think
gets
her-
her this.
yeah.
I think Serrano puts her out.
You think so?
I think Serrano can stop her.
I don't know, like
the second
her
time
last fight though. You remember her last fight?
Serrano's last. Oh yeah, when she was getting touched.
Like
it was same thing over and over.
It was the same thing over and over. Like
she threw a 1,
put her head
2,
down
31
and then
times
like,
in a row.
Yeah,
bro. And she
1,
was
2,
landing.
31.
She was landing it, bro. She landed like those 1-2s was landing like 75%, bro.
Oh my
and she
God.
kept walking right into it.
Those
and I'm
chins
telling
is
you,
different,
Cameron, if she does that with Cameron, she need to clean it up.
Yeah, she need to clean that up.
She need to clean that shit up because I think that maybe Amanda Serrano might be facing Cameron instead of Katie Taylor. Because why would you go against Taylor if she just lost?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Cameron's a good fighter too. So.
Cameron's real good. Yeah, it's a good test.
But I think it's time to talk about the super mega fight that's coming up.
The favorite discussion.
No, we can't do that yet. We can't do that because we got Teofimo and
Josh Taylor, man.
Taylor.
Please.
You know what I mean?
Let's
We
not
got that.
forget.
Where y'all going with that? I want to hear that. I want to hear that.
Oh, you
Who
want to
going
hear
with
it?
that?
Oh, you
Yeah.
want to hear it?
Yeah.
I got Josh Taylor handling Teofimo. I got Josh Taylor handling
Stopping him.
I got him handling him, and it might be like a later round stoppage.
Yeah,
I'm giving Teofimo. I still give him a lot of respect.
You got dog
and
on there, but
he does, and he still has the ability to hurt people. He's explosive. I think it's going to be a very tough exchange early on, but I think Taylor gets he gets better in the later rounds.
Stronger,
He gets stronger, bro. He like just builds up over the rounds, and he just really starts sitting.
When he knows he can touch you, he starts really touching you.
Dude,
like
he's good with his timing, yo. He's good with his timing on that lead hook uppercut, especially with that southpaw. Like, I think he's gonna give Teal problems in the later rounds,
Right.
and I think he gets they probably stop the fight like in 8 to 10. That's my
What do you
thought.
think about that one?
Oh, it's
It's a
hard.
tough fight.
It is, man.
The thing is, none of us would have questioned Teofimo
If he didn't question himself.
Yeah.
That's who he questioned himself.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth, baby.
Look, it's like if this was the Tio coming off that Nakatani win, off the Kome win, off the Loma win, I would be like, I got Tio all day. But ever since Cambosos, you know what I'm saying? Then he had a couple fights,
He had that fight against the southpaw that I felt like he kind of lost.
Sandor Martin.
Yeah.
Sandor Martin.
And then he had a Pedro Campa before that. That was his first fight in America, and I felt like even though I think he whooped him up a little bit, but I felt like he should have did way better against a guy who's been fighting in Tijuana since he was born.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he hasn't had a fight in the States.
States.
No disrespect to Tijuana. I know a lot of
No.
guys get started over there.
Of course.
But that's the point. You just get started over there.
Exactly.
And he bought a guy who has spent his whole life like fighting in Mexico. He doesn't have any fights in Vegas. There's no fights in Atlantic City. He has no fights in Houston or Dallas or anywhere.
Any big
That was
venues.
his first fight. You know what I'm saying? And then go in there with Sandor Martin, and I felt like he lost to Sandor, and then I seen him question himself. The only thing that's stopping me from saying that Taylor is going to annihilate him is that Taylor has him in the ring in a long, long time too.
Yeah.
He had those. He been going back and forth with who was the guy he was supposed to fight?
Romero, the guy that he had a split decision win against.
Yeah. That it was like controversial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah,
he wanted to get his lick back. You know what I mean? But it got pushed. He was injured, injured again.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
is right.
Because remember, he was undisputed, and he wanted to Jack Catterall. He wanted to get his get back. Like me, like we probably all feel that Haney should go with Loma, because even though I felt like Haney won, so many people talking shit. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like when Mayweather, like I felt like Mayweather beat the shit out of me down in the first time.
Yeah.
Why fight him? But the whole world was like, oh yeah, he had him hurt, and it's like, all right. Mayweather was like, y'all think he won? I'm about to go in there again, and I'm gonna bust him up so bad that y'all not gonna talk shit no more.
Yeah, the second one.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what Josh Taylor wanted to do. So much so to the fact that he was undisputed at 140, and he dropped belts. The only reason why Ruru has a belt, the only reason why Sabril Matias has a belt, the only reason why we gotta talk about that. Rolling Romero has a belt.
No, we forgot about Rolling.
Forgot about Rolling. Oh my God.
Horrible stoppage.
God.
Horrible stoppage. horrible stoppage.
Yo, first of all,
somebody got paid.
That stoppage was so premature, man.
And
I mean, he was getting hit, and they stopped it for
He's
another.
such a great ref, though, so it was like shocking.
Tony Weeks is legendary, bro.
Legendary ref.
He's a
like,
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of
No
Fame
offense, but he must have got paid.
I think he got cut.
He
got
shit the
cut.
fucking bed, bro. First of all, Barroso shouldn't have even been. Like, how do you go from what was it? Alberto Puello, I think, is the one that he should have went against, but Puello popped hot. But now I think they're running a test again, so now he's champion in recess, so he can come back and force a fight to get his belt back.
Right.
So, but the thing is, though, is that like, how do you go from Alberto Puello to Barroso, and then you got the audacity to sit here and like, my bad. You got the audacity to sit here and lie to the people. We tell the truth here. They wouldn't lie to
people.
He lied to them.
They said that they had the audacity to tell us that man was 40 years old. Yo, Q, put this picture up. Yo, this man right here is not 40 years old.
Earl Spence
That boy gotta be 55.
Earl said, that's an old man
That
in
boy,
there.
yo,
That was his dad fighting son.
Hold on.
That was his dad fighting son.
Let me tell you something. Khalif, how old are you?
41.
Is that man 40 years old?
That man is about 63 years old.
They lied to us.
They lied to
That
us.
man was not 40 years old. He
That
was
man is
55.
63 years old.
And he was beating the shit out of Rolly. He was whooping his ass. And Weeks jumped in there right after 2 clean over the hand rights. He hit him
was
once
responsive.
and then he hit him again.
Rolly
and
hasn't
then
been the
Rolly
same.
let off a combo that none of them landed.
Yeah,
and then Weeks
landed.
jumped in there and there was like 40 seconds left in the round. How you not gonna give that man a standing? Not even give him a standing count. Real quick, like yo.
Listen, that man was beating dog shit out of Rolly. I couldn't.
Rolly
believe it.
did have him hurt. I'll give
Little
Tony
bit.
Weeks that, but it wasn't like to the point where the guy had nothing to return with. Like the dude was
This
still
guy
in the
dropped
fight.
Rolly.
He did.
He dropped him.
I know, but he was still in the fight. Like even with the fact of him being like in that exchange, it wasn't like nothing was landing clean. It wasn't like he was unresponsive and just like was out on his feet.
Yeah.
The dude was still in the fight.
Yeah.
The dad was giving the son the ass whooping. And they give the son the victory. They let the son ride out. Like, oh, we feel bad for you, kid. Like it's okay.
Honestly,
like,
we all know-
you
we
got
all-
your ass whipped.
We all know
That's crazy.
that boxing has been corrupt for a long time.
Oh
I really
my
shouldn't
God.
be. We really shouldn't be getting into this because we want
We go for
people.
days.
We want boxing to have the most credibility it possibly can because we run a podcast. We want to make money off of this one day, and it's not a good look. That was a terrible
look for
for
boxing.
That looked real bad. Like I can't even sit here and be like, oh, that's not. It looked real fixed.
Yeah.
Oh
It
my
looked,
God.
It looked like it was like, you know what, Rolly? You got knocked out by Tank. There's this video out here, you getting knocked down and sparring by a guy that we don't even know who he is. Let's just, you took this fight with Alberto Puello. Good for you, that's real cute. But he's out, so let's just make sure that you get this belt.
Get a belt.
So we're gonna call this guy who's 76 years old, but we're gonna tell everybody that he's 40.
Get his birth certificate.
So you can just walk through this guy and get this belt, and then we're gonna make this money. And Rolly shit the bed. They had to save him.
Yeah.
Yo,
They had to
I
save
ain't
him.
gonna lie, man. That man was flipping fries in the back.
Nah, he was making empanadas in the back,
Yeah,
boy.
he doing something.
He was
He
making
always
a
hell,
roll
man.
gandules back there, kid.
Shit, he getting free breakfast.
He get your senior
that
citizen
old,
discount.
bro. He
He
was-
got
yeah,
senior citizen
He's got
discount.
AARP somewhere, bro. I'm
He's
telling you.
that old, bro.
Get the car,
I couldn't
man.
believe, bro. He was putting hands and feet on Rolly for real.
Oh,
Rolly was
he's
scared.
a big
They
puncher.
said, oh, he has a big
He's
puncher.
a big puncher, yo.
Yeah, but Rolly said that he hit harder than Tank, man. What'd you say?
Quit lying to America, Rolly.
Yeah, let me
Quit
cap,
lying
bro.
to me. Hella cap. Hella
that's cap.
cap.
That's
Stop
cap.
lying, bro.
That's cap.
Quit the cap.
But oh yeah,
But like I was saying though, he dropped all those belts to get to Taylor.
Yeah.
I mean to Jack Catterall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he
But then
did.
that fell through, and then now Tio's coming up. That's the only reason I give Tio a chance. The only reason, because he's been out the ring so long, and he's been out the ring with injuries.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Tio, I think Tio knows. He has to know. Boy, if you lose this fight, I don't want to hear no takeover. I don't want to hear no more shit talk. I don't
Yeah.
want to hear nothing. The only thing I want to hear is jack shit. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And just get back to you being Tio, because the prime Tio was amazing, bro.
Savage.
Like he went into the Loma fight. I'm like, as amazing as Loma was, I felt like, yo, Tio going. I felt like T was gonna get him.
Yeah.
He looked that amazing. Like he was so athletic.
Absolutely.
He had a high IQ, and it's like he has power.
Yeah.
He has the heart. You can tell he had the will of a lion. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, after that Cambosos, and I agree with y'all. I feel like Taylor. If Taylor is the Taylor that we remember, you know what I'm saying?
Taylor is
I
a
know.
dog, bro.
I think that's the
He's
biggest
gonna
deciding
overwhelm-
factor here going
yeah,
in this
he's
fight.
overwhelm
Which
Taylor.
Taylor are we gonna get?
Yeah.
Are we gonna get the Taylor of old that we know and he's capable of sitting in big shots, really being able to dig and really be able to put
get
the
in the
pressure?
trenches. He went blow for blow program and won. So I was like, oh, yeah, Taylor's a.
So what he keeps bringing up is the fact that the ring rust and just the injuries. Like, is he the same? Is he the same? But I think it's in him, man. I'm giving it to him. I think it's in him. I think he's gonna come back, and I think he's gonna upset Teofimo in a bad way. And damn, if I'm wrong on this one, I mean, hey, shut my mouth. But I think Taylor's gonna be the one of old, and he's gonna give Teo a lot of problems later on in the fight. Yeah, man.
Before we talk about the super fight, we gotta talk about Malenga and.
Yeah.
Oh, quickly.
We gotta talk about that one because I feel like it's getting overlooked. It's not really getting talked about that much, being on the zone and everything.
Malenga's a good fighter, but
Yeah.
I think it's overlooked because we've been getting all the fights that we want. Honestly, the menu, with the fights that's been on the menu so far this year, who the hell is looking, no disrespect, who the hell is looking for Berlanga and Quigley? Who?
Yeah, no, but think about it. Not even just the fight itself, but look how much hype train was with Berlanga when he was like 16-0. Yeah, the monster, right? Top rank. You know, you were 16-0 with 16 first round knockouts. Like
Fat Joe calling you out. You got a terror squad chain.
You got
right?
you're shining. You are a big star, and people love you outside of boxing. That's great, but it's like you're getting overlooked now because you're not looking like that monster you were considered to be.
Well, you're stepping up to competition. You know how that is when you step up competition.
But some of these people that we felt like he should have been, no, I understand. But some of these people, like, we felt he should have been putting away, he wasn't putting away, and some of them were giving him tests.
So he got a test coming up.
He sure does, and I like Quigley. I like Quigley in that fight. And now, as much of a bigger puncher as Berlanga is, I think he's gonna. If his camp didn't really adjust and they really are making the changes he needs, I think Quigley could squeeze that one out.
Absolutely.
Tell the truth.
So your money's on Quigley if you had to bet.
Damn, yo, I can't.
Berlanga always got a puncher chance.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
He has fight changing power. That's what
He does. And that's where it's like
So that's the edge.
My money's not on Quigley because of that. It's like it's still an interesting fight because Quigley could, outbox him and be slick.
Yeah.
And he's gonna land. I don't think he's gonna hurt Berlanga enough where Berlanga can't return.
Right.
And I think Berlanga can return and hurt him.
Absolutely.
So it's a
Berlanga
50-50.
can walk him down. Yeah, really.
Yeah, but he can get schooled too, and he can really just outbox him and win this fight if he doesn't get clipped. If Quigley gets clipped, this fight's gonna shift. Berlanga's gonna get the finish. He's gonna look like the greatest thing again.
So you like what, Quigley in this or?
I'm 50-50, but
Yeah, 50-50.
I'm 50-50, but I'm
going
gonna
Berlanga though on this one.
I'm gonna go with Berlanga, but I'm right with Quigley too, man.
Yeah.
I think Quigley can pull it off.
I think it's a 50-50 fight, but I think that says a lot. That right there says a lot.
Right?
Because it shouldn't be 50.
It shouldn't be.
Especially when you're talking about a plan like a road that he said that Eddie Hearn laid out for him to get to Canelo.
Canelo.
I don't see him being ready for Canelo. If he gave him through 2 or 3 years, I don't think he'd be ready for Canelo.
No.
Not what I seen last fight. He
Well,
got
He
so
don't even
frustrated with the
get
last
through-
fight that he bit the dude.
He don't get through Benavidez or even Plant, and Benavidez beat Plant.
He don't get through Boo Boo. I think Boo Boo.
Oh my God!
Boxed the
Damn.
life
Or
off
Charlo. God, I want to see Charlos in action, man. Damn.
Man, leave
We're gonna leave those.
I wanna see them
I like
boys.
Jamal. I like Jamal, but
I want to see them boys in
Yeah,
action.
he got to get his mental together. You know what I'm saying? I think Jamel's good. Jamel is.
Jamel,
I want to see them
He
boys in
wants all the
action.
smoke.
I want Crawford to see him after he.
I know. I've been loving the talk.
After he takes
I've
care
been
of
loving the talk.
After he takes care. Let's get to the super fight, man.
Let's
We
go.
don't
No, but yeah, let's get into that. But you know who's in Earl's camp though? Earl. You know who's in Earl's camp, right? Earl.
Yeah, you know who joined Earl's
You know who
camp?
called that, right? You know who called
jo-
that shit? Yo, Ryan called up Derek James like, yo, champ, I need fundamentals, champ.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
Yeah, I need it.
Got
need
the
it.
line,
collect.
Yo,
You
teach me
ran
how
out of
to.
juice.
Teach me how to jab, champ. I need that.
I don't collect.
Teach me how to keep my chin out the air so it don't get clipped. You know what I
Teach
mean?
me this footwork, champ. Teach me this footwork, champ, so I'll just back up, chin in the air.
Yeah.
Help me
Yeah,
out.
he lost all his bread with that. Talking about you get fight for the purse. Remember that? If they would have kept that bet,
Yeah.
Ryan would have lost all his bread.
All his bread.
He would have really
Yeah.
gone collect then.
I don't think
Sounds
Shakes
true.
bodies would have allowed that shit to happen anyway. But yeah, he would have been real hurt if that would have been happening. He probably would have
Call
retired after
ATT
that
for
shit.
collect calls.
Imagine getting knocked out to the body and then going home with nothing. Like,
Yes.
damn, that's crazy. I had to suck down to get to this weight, and now I'm leaving with jack shit.
Right.
That shit ain't happening. But yeah, Derrick James gonna make. I think Derrick James is gonna make Brian a fucking
I
problem.
hope he listens. I hope he listens.
A problem, bro.
If
You
he
know what?
listens.
And Rolly better. I'm telling you now, if he fights Rolly.
Oh,
I'm
man.
not rolling
Especially
out.
fighting the way that he
No.
fought against that old man.
not
Ryan
rolling
is
out.
actually 20, what is he, 25? I think he's
Mad
25.
young. 24, 25.
And that's a real 25. That ain't no 67-year-old you saying is 40. That's a real 25-year-old that's been trained by Derrick James, and I'm telling you, he's going to punch Rolly's head off.
Right.
Oh,
He
yeah.
can't box, I'm sorry.
He's
Rolly
sleeping him.
Rolly, I don't know.
He's trash. I'm sorry.
Trevanta changed him with that knockout. He changed him. But yeah, the big fight. July, what is it, 29th?
27? 27?
29.
29th.
Oh, 29?
T-Mobile Arena, Vegas, bilateral rematch clauses, and the winner is supposedly rumored to go straight to Jermell Charlo, which would be weird if Spence wins that because their trainer is Derrick
In the
James.
same camp.
Yeah, Derrick James is the trainer of Jermell Charlo and Spence. So I don't even know how. I mean, I guess it's like boys breaking
Business.
bread together. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
Business.
that's you my man's, I'm your man's. I don't know how that's gonna work, but you know, the first things first.
Right.
Yep.
Spence has to get past Crawford.
Right.
Yeah. That is the truth.
Shout out to, I want to say shout out. I know everybody, I'm a Spence fan. I think Spence is gonna win. But shout out to Spence. I gave him some shit because I thought it was bullshit that he was fighting for the 147 mandatory at 154. He said, fuck that. Stay true to his word. No tune-ups. We're not doing no tune-ups here.
Right.
Yeah.
And let's just be real. Thurman is a tune-up at this point.
Oh, yeah.
He's been out the ring so long. He had them injuries. You know, he's been giving interviews. I don't know if his mind is, you know what I mean? But, you know,
Hair cut off.
That
hair
shape.
cut off.
That shape up.
yo,
Yeah, that shape up.
he cut that ponytail.
That
You don't know
shape
how
up,
that.
man. I don't know.
I don't know, bro. Hairline got stretched back, bro.
Like
With
whoever
them
was cutting
braids.
his hair was drinking a slurp at the same time. Hairline all the way back here, but yeah, Thurman gets to need to keep his mind and his mouth out of everything. He's always talking about Spence. He's always talking about Crawford. He's talking about Crawford don't do enough. He just wants to get back. and
He's a
get
Rolly.
big.
He's a Rolly in a sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he was Rolly before Rolly. Like,
Nah, but
I
he
mean,
was.
Thurman has
Rolly,
hands on that.
Rolly
Thurman has
was
some skills,
never.
though.
No, I'm
yeah.
not saying like boxing ability. I'm saying talking.
Oh, with the
Yeah,
mouth.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
mouth.
yeah.
The mouth. Oh, boxing ability. Thurman's way better than Rolly. No question.
I know
there.
that. I know you know that.
But it's just the mouth.
Yeah,
Like,
the mouth,
He
yeah,
was
yeah.
the talk before Rolly is doing his thing now.
Ponytail.
Yo, but it's like I said, shout out to Spence, man.
Yeah.
I thought I
the
thought
fight.
Yeah.
we all
Mad
thought
respect.
we had that episode, same episode you talked
54.
about. Where we all thought that he would never see 47.
Yeah. No,
he's never
for real.
going
I
back
didn't
down.
think.
No, Spence said, "No, fuck that. I'm
Yeah.
going back down. I told them I was going to be undisputed
Well,
champion."
I was saying
147.
sources said that they're gonna fight. I was right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you did
I
mention
said
that, but
that.
I didn't believe 47. I thought for sure 54.
Really?
I thought 54.
Yeah, so
So,
shout out, like, you know what
Spence
I mean.
making
And
it
we all
happen.
know, and we all seen Spence with that gut on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know how it is to cut weight. So you're cutting all
It's
this
a
weight.
It's a
You're gonna
motherfucker.
fight a guy like Terrence. And I want to say it right now, even though me being a Spence fan, no fucking excuses. I don't want to hear,
Yeah.
oh, I had to get sucked down.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't been in a ring. Oh, I haven't been.
I should have took a man.
You know what I'm saying? I should have took a tune-up. You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
My eye. I don't want to hear none of
Yeah.
that because I'm gonna tell you right now, you're facing the best Crawford. Because Crawford had been wanting this fight to me personally, I feel like he's been wanting this fight for a long time. And he's gonna make a statement. And this is why I'm so excited about this fight, man. You have no idea. I couldn't sleep for days. It's announced.
tossing and turning.
It's actually official. So now we're gonna make our predictions, and I'm gonna go with this. This fight could play out anyway, because Spence could come out guns blazing. We know how Spence pressure. Usually, he could start off fast, start touching Crawford, swell his eye up, and the fight could be in Spence's favor.
Usually Spence starts slow though. Spence is a slow starter.
Yeah, but he said he's coming
He
right
said,
away.
I'm stepping.
Yeah, but the thing is, even when I say start fast, like Spence likes to keep that jab in you right away. Boom, the jab's engaging. He's already working you. Like he went right at Danny Garcia with that shit.
Yeah.
And Mikey Garcia. Like Spence could start off with, and that's kind of fast. Keeping the jab right on the person right away. He's already staging range and getting to him. So it could come out that way. But Crawford is one of the best switch hitters. Good timing, a lot of wrinkles. I mean, he can come here, angle this way. He's cracking with both shots. Crawford is going to look to hurt Spence in between his shots. And I see a late stoppage for Crawford.
That's
And
big.
that's
Yo.
huge.
That's
But I am
fucking
seeing
huge.
a knockout loss to Errol Spence.
Damn, that's bold right there.
And I'm going to state that.
Yo,
Just like I said, tell the
That's
truth.
bold.
I'm stating that right now. I feel a knockout.
yo,
I
that's
feel it.
huge, man. That's huge.
That's
bro.
funny.
Even
because,
Quentin looked at me like, oh shit.
I think that it's gonna go
got
the
real.
distance. But I feel like at the end of the fight, they're gonna see that Terrence had enough dog in him to get through a serious injury. I think that Spence is really gonna hurt him. I think he's gonna hurt him bad. And I think that especially if he has enough time to rehydrate himself to like get to like his actual like I feel good weight, you know what I'm saying? Because he's gonna have to cut crazy to get down. Like I said,
Yeah.
I didn't think he was gonna get a 47. He is, but if he gets enough time to rehydrate and feel good, he's gonna go in there and he's gonna look. The size difference that's gonna be there if he's allowed to get that is gonna be crazy. You're gonna look at the ring walk. I think that Spence is probably gonna come out last because he's the A side. So you're gonna see Crawford come out. I think Crawford's gonna look good, but then when you see Spence walk out, you're gonna see immediately how much bigger he is than. And if he says he's gonna step like he says he's gonna step, he's either gonna hurt him to the body because you know how he loves to do that, or he's gonna take another eye. That's gonna be his third eye that he takes. I'm telling you now, his eye gonna look like two KFC biscuits squeezed together. One of the left or the right gonna leave
The
like
disrespect this man's dropping on me.
Hey.
You said he was gonna
He
get
believes.
stopped. I just
I
said he was
know.
gonna take his eye. He
I
collected
know.
two
I
eyes.
love it.
Yeah, you gotta
I'm
love the
just saying.
belief. You
But
gotta
how
love
was
the
mine
belief.
disrespect with yours?
No, I'm
ain't?
just saying, I'm just talking shit.
That's so true.
I'm fucking around.
Yeah, this
Nah,
talking
man,
that
I'm
shit.
telling
So
you.
what are you thinking?
So you have Spence stopping or Spence
No, I
decision?
think that
like unanimous split.
It's just that I understand that Crawford is somebody that is a level that Spence hasn't seen yet. But what people don't realize, especially Crawford fans, I'm not saying that you don't, you know your shit. But a lot of Crawford fans that I talk to, they all talk like, oh, it's gonna be easy. Like he's gonna fuck him up.
won't
Yo,
say it
he's
easy.
gonna make it like 5 rounds. Like they talk crazy.
my
Like
God.
Spence,
Yeah,
ain't,
nah.
like Spence ain't take belts
just-
off the champ. He took them off the champ.
Yeah.
In their
You know what I'm
countries,
saying?
like in their home.
Like, and then it's hurting you bad. I'm gonna take Kell Brook's other eye in
Yeah,
your country.
in your country.
You know what I'm saying?
Broke
And then
you
I'm
down.
gonna come back. I'm gonna knock Porter down. I'm gonna
Yeah.
take that belt while you have the belt. I'm gonna
He
take
was
that
in
too.
a bar burner with Porter.
I know.
He was.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
he
go.
was.
I was
He
gonna go.
was.
He's in a bar burner.
You know, and then with Ugas, I'm gonna take your
Yeah, I'm
eye.
gonna
They're
show
gonna
your
have
eye
to.
down.
I'm gonna show your eye to the doctor. He's gonna stop the fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the kind of guy that Spence is. Spence got thrown from a whatever car he was driving. I'm gonna
I
come
know.
back.
Came
No
back
fucking
and
tune-ups. I'm gonna go
handled
fight Danny.
Big
Danny.
puncher, big threat. I was actually nervous for that fight.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I was nervous coming back to that fight. I'm like, yo,
Danny
Danny,
could crack.
Danny could crack,
Yeah.
and Danny could hurt Spence. Spence of old. Spence is special.
Yeah.
I said this the other day, you know, even though we always say like there's layers to fighters, there's levels to fighters, Spence is he's levels, and he's not, we don't see many layers of his game, but his one trick pony works. There's nobody that stopped it yet. There's nobody that can stop what he does. He comes to you, he breaks you down to the body, he wears on you with big punches and volume of strikes, and he wears on you, and it just helps him advantage and break you down to get the win, whether he stops you or he gets a decision. Crawford got the levels, man. Crawford got the layers, man. And that's the only reason that I am favoring Crawford. I feel Crawford is a special talent in that ring who can not only fight orthodox and southpaw, but he has the ring generalship, and he's one of the best to adjust in fights. Very similar to Mayweather. Yes. Mayweather was one of the best, probably the best to ever do it, where he was in fights, things could go wrong, things change in the corner, all of a sudden he's fighting a different fight, takes over. Crawford is that special type of talent.
Yes.
And that's the only reason I am favoring Crawford, because of the fact that he's able to adjust and make good reads. We saw him do it with Porter.
Yep.
We saw him do it in multiple fights where even with Benavidez, where there was times where you think like, holy shit, yo, he's in a dogfight, he's about to get hurt.
Mean Machine.
Last round stopped him.
So
Crawford,
I
want to elaborate. Yeah,
I
you
favor
favor Crawford. I want to elaborate on what you said too and why.
But it's not gonna. I don't think stoppage. It's just too tough of a fight. Spence is too much of a dog. He's a bigger, like you said, his size is gonna be like, it's gonna be substantial. You're gonna notice who's the bigger fighter, the bigger puncher. It's gonna be Spence. But Crawford is just so skilled, good with his timing, good with his ability to adapt. I feel he's gonna be able to pull off the decision. And it's gonna be a great fucking fight, man. I can't wait.
I can't wait.
I cannot wait.
I'm gonna elaborate a little bit on that. Crawford's instincts.
Yeah.
When he knows and wants to hurt you, he's gonna do it. And he did it with Hank Lundy. He did it with Thomas DeMore. He did it. I mean, he literally said, "Go out there and knock him out." He went out there and knocked him out. I mean, literally just went out there and knocked this dude out. Then he did that to Sean Porter. Crawford is going to get pressure from Spence. Spence gonna be all over him. I know how Spence is. He likes to just throw a lot of shots, keep the jab on you. And Crawford is gonna take that jab away. And then what you're gonna have to do, Spence, you have to come in. And that's setting up for Crawford's game plan. I just see him hurting Spence with a shot that Spence don't see coming.
Yes.
Because Crawford is a switch hitter. The same way he hurt Gamboa.
Yep.
Gamboa thought he hurt Crawford. He just hurt Crawford. And Crawford was hurt, and all of a sudden, wham! Gamboa was hurt, and he's knocked out Gamboa. Spence is going to fall for a trap and get hurt and get stopped. No one expected, even the last fight with Crawford, when he fought.
You can't even remember his name.
David Avenesian.
Listen,
Yeah, but no one expected
all
that
these
knockout
names,
like that out of
Hank
nowhere.
Lundy, Thomas DeLorme.
They're not Spence.
Mean Machine.
So I know you're gonna say it.
Cal
the
Brook.
resume.
Who was after Cal Brook? Oh man, I forget.
Who?
Either way,
David
it don't even
Avenesian.
matter. It don't even matter, man. They're not even on the same planet as Spence. And
Yeah,
Spence
agreed.
resume, Spence has been in there with guys. They may not have been to the level as far as cerebral, but he's been in there with guys that have power. And he's coming in there
World
with
champs,
guys
power.
world champs, and they have power. Guys that have knocked many men out. That clearly they either have power in their left hand or they have power in their right.
Yes.
And he's shown that I can not only take the power, but I'm gonna walk through it. I don't need levels. What do I need levels for? For what?
But Rick, I'm gonna ask Rick, you get knocked out when you don't see the punch.
It's the worst.
And he's been hit before.
You get stopped when you don't see the
it
punch.
coming.
Remember that. So that's all I want to say. That's key. You could be in there doing this and doing that. Literally, when he went against Ugas and he got hit and he turned around and dropped his mouthpiece, we all said that was Crawford. He would have been knocked out like last night when Jonathan knocked that kid out.
Yeah.
When you don't see the punch coming, and I just don't think he's been in there with a fighter as slick as Crawford.
And the same thing goes for Crawford. That's my point.
Yeah.
The same thing as I can say that Spence has been in there with guys that are just as powerful as Crawford is.
Oh,
I can
yeah.
say that.
Oh, yeah.
Can you say that Crawford has been in a ring with somebody with the strength and power of Spence? No. I can't.
No.
I mean,
cannot.
there's versions of
Because
guys.
Versions.
the way that you
Mean
explain
Machine is
it,
strong, very
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah,
But
there's versions.
the way that you explain it is that like, oh, he's gonna get hit like Spence is gonna get hit with something that he don't see coming. You don't think Crawford ain't gonna get hit with something that he ain't see coming?
Yeah, I mean,
You think that he gonna go that whole fight without Spence
we
touching
also
him?
admit though Crawford is one of the best adjusters too. He's not going to hit Crawford as clean as you think he's going to hit Crawford.
Yeah, I think body, yes. I think
Spence
body,
hits
yes.
He's
people
gonna
a lot.
exactly.
People-
So you think he's gonna hit him in the body?
Body, yes.
He never got hit with.
I think
something
the
that Spence got to the
elusiveness
body,
and
ever.
the ability of the IQ and vision that Crawford has is not going to be able to have Spence land those big flush shots to the head like he normally does. Is he going to dig to the body? I think he's going to have moments where he's inside on Crawford and he's going to land. But I think in the process, I think Crawford's going to be able to understand what's coming and catch and shoot.
Yes.
I think the catch and shoot is going to be money. Catch and shoot, and the one that he doesn't see is the one that's going to affect him. And I'm with Khalif there, where it's the ones that you can't see are the ones that hurt you. It's the ones that affect you the most. He's tough as they come, and we have not seen like Spence in a fight where it was like, oh shit, like, is he gonna be able to come back? Because he's rocked and got no legs. Spence is mad tough.
Yeah.
He is a dog. He's a big puncher. He's in your face no matter what.
Yeah.
But I just think that unexpected shot you don't see is going to be the one that rocks
just
you.
happened.
You know, yeah.
And it might be like a action.
Let's
All of a
just-
sudden, wham!
Let's get into that. The Ugas shot that you're talking about, right? Let's explain to the people here. Let's tell the truth. That was Spence. You can see if you watch the fight, it's not like they're mixing it up and then he catches him clean and then he's hurt. No,
Spence dropped his mouthpiece.
he dropped his mouthpiece. He thought that the ref was gonna stop it so that he can get it, rinse it off, and then put it back. But the ref didn't stop it, and that's how.
So the ref's supposed to stop it when the action slows down.
If Spence's mouthpiece didn't get out, that fight would have been over sooner. You know what I'm saying? Spence
agree.
admitted to himself that I shouldn't have dropped I have to protect myself at all times. He hit me once. I'm thinking the ref is gonna stop it. Ugas hit me again. He is not making that mistake with Crawford. And I'm telling you now,
He
already, like you said, that he's not. Spence is. I'm telling you right now, Derek is going in there, and he's telling Spence. Derek is telling Spence like, "Yo, fuck that shit. Let's get back to the basics. Let's do what we did. Let's do what we did that got us here, and let's chop the tree down."
Yeah. Right.
His head may be moving. He may be switching southpaw to orthodox. You know what I'm saying? All he wants. That body is staying right where it's at.
Facts.
It's gonna stay right there.
Facts.
We're gonna stick to the fundamentals. We're gonna stick with the jab. We're gonna cut the ring off, and we're gonna tear his body up, and then see if he can handle it.
I think that's the determining factor for Spence in this fight. I feel like if Spence can't get to him and get his body work like he normally does, it's Crawford, like clear as day.
Yeah.
If he's able to get in and break down Crawford in these exchanges and really hurt him and pressure and break him down to the body, it's something where it favors Spence. So I think it's the stylistic of this fight and the skill of these fighters is what's gonna bring such a great fight.
Yeah, and they both got the dog in them.
They do, man.
That's
they
the thing.
do.
I just think that Crawford is a better finisher. He hurts Spence. He stops him. Spence hurts him. Crawford's smart enough, and strong enough to withstand
and survive.
But how do you know when he hasn't faced? You've admitted just now he hasn't faced anybody with the power.
No,
Oh,
sure.
it's a good point.
It's a good
Sit here
point.
and
You
say
don't
that
know,
he
but we
faced
can say
anyone
that.
with
We can
Errol
say
Spence's
it.
power.
Why?
We can't.
Who has he faced that has the power?
I said we can't say that he fought someone that has that power. But I think Crawford's strong enough to know,
Strong and smart enough.
yeah, and smart enough to know how to take that power away from Spence.
That's the
You're gonna
difference.
see
That is the difference.
there's
But
the
I'm with you
levels.
100%.
There's levels in boxing. You can see one of the best to do it against Spence. I'm telling you, he's
Size
gonna
lose. Tell the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna be great.
and I think that I don't know, man. I just think that the guys that Crawford fought lately, the age that they fought them, the circumstances that he fought them in, heavily favored Crawford to the point where he was never really tested.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The
Like he was
timing.
never
The
really,
timing.
like you can't give me a single name at welterweight.
Mean Machine.
Welterweight.
Welterweight was Mean Machine.
I could have sworn me when she was 140.
Nah, 47. Nah,
And Mean
Machine's
Machine
big.
hurt him.
Machine's big.
And Mean Machine was undefeated, and he's a two-time Olympian. And Mean Machine is a dog.
Yeah,
Big.
and
And
Mean Machine
Crawford
is,
just stopped him.
and he is a dog, but let's just be real. Let's keep it a buck.
Oh, yeah.
bro.
No,
Let's just keep it a
it's
buck.
not Spence.
He is not nowhere near Spence.
No, we all know that. We
Yeah,
know
like
that.
he's nowhere near.
That's
him.
why we got number 1 and number 2.
And Mean
Prime.
Machine hurt Crawford. What do you think Spence is gonna? If Spence touch you like that, bro, I'm just saying.
That's what if.
Look
And you look
Mikey
at the
Garcia,
guys that
though.
I know.
Spence
Mikey Garcia was
hurt
getting
Mikey
touched.
Garcia like that.
he didn't hurt Mikey Garcia, but we're acting like Mikey
Crawford would have
Garcia.
knocked the gel
Do
out
you
that
remember?
man's hair if
Do
he
you
fought Mikey
remember?
Garcia. He would have knocked Mikey Garcia out.
Let me ask you something. Do you think that Mean
You
Machine?
look like Joe Gibson.
Do you think that Mean Machine is a better fighter?
Has that joint slick back,
Is
baby.
Mean Machine a better fighter than Mikey Garcia? Slow down and think about it.
I think Mike Garcia is a better fighter.
Okay.
Better boxer. Yeah.
Okay.
Better boxer, yes.
And the thing
Bigger
is, though,
puncher,
is
Mean
that
Machine.
Mean Machine, you're saying that Mikey Garcia is a better fighter than Mean Machine hurt Crawford.
Mean Machine's a dog, bro.
I
He
understand that.
caught him with a shot that
You're
Crawford
saying that
didn't
he
expect.
would have knocked the gel and all this that you just did, but you're saying that Mikey is a better fighter. So what would Mikey do in a similar situation?
No, that's not happening. Crawford will. I do not see Mikey Garcia lasting against Crawford at all.
I don't think so.
So Mikey
either.
Garcia is a better fighter than Mean Machine.
He is a better fighter. It doesn't mean you could be a really good fighter. You still won't get stopped. What do you mean? What are you saying?
The math
you
ain't
still
math,
can
bro.
get stopped. What do you
Math
mean?
isn't math then.
The math is a math.
So,
Yo,
wait a
listen,
second.
you still can get stopped. I don't care how
Mean
good of a
Machine
fighter you really are.
Hurt him.
Still can get timed and stopped.
Mikey is better than Mean Machine,
Yeah.
but Crawford would have did better against Mikey.
All right, so how
All
good
right,
is
is
Mikey?
this- is this
how
one of
good
those
is
styles
Mikey?
make
How good
fights?
is Mikey Garcia? Right, he went against Earl Spence, right? Well, right,
2 division weight classes
right.
above
He
him.
was doing
Yeah.
okay against Earl
He
Spence.
actually did. He actually
right?
did good.
But then that
against him.
Sandor mopped the floor with him.
Yeah.
And Sandor's better than Earl Spence.
No. Well,
It's that's a proven
know.
fight.
No.
It's
Hold
Sandor's
on
true.
here.
tell the truth.
Let's tell the truth here.
Yeah, tell the truth.
Didn't Mikey go into that fight? Did he miss weight?
Oh, here it is. Excuse me.
Didn't he miss weight?
Sure did.
Then
Oh,
he
sure
had
did.
he had a
Had the
six pack.
pizza.
He had a 6-pack against Spence, but
Spence.
then when he went in there against Sandor,
Sure.
he had the 2
Yeah.
rolls that he
Yeah,
had
he-
there,
he
bro.
had the pizza, he had
This
the
shit was
pizza
gone. He missed weight.
He had the pizza
Yo,
rolls.
the guy, go back and look at Terrence guys and look at the circumstances that he went into them fights with. I'm just telling you
It
now.
don't, but
I'm telling you now.
let me come on. I don't care if he had the pizza rolls. He's still a good fighter though.
Oh, yeah.
Mikey
Oh,
Garcia
my
is
God.
a seasoned fighter. You cannot take that from him. And that Sandor
Great
dude with
veteran.
No,
hands
you
and
can't
feet
take
on
it from him, but
He put hands and
but
feet
don't
on him,
act
but
like
he gave
but
Earl
after that
some
fight, don't
work.
forget that he retired after that fight.
Yeah, but he gave Earl. My point is, his style.
It's
Mikey's
mindset,
a good
bro.
fighter.
How do you think he went into that fight? 1, you missed weight.
This is
2,
getting
you
good. This is getting good.
retired. You retired after
His
that.
style. I'm saying though, Mikey can fight though.
Yes,
You can't just go in there and beat the gel off this man.
bro.
Right?
It's like
you can't just
Mikey
do that
is
to Mikey.
skilled.
Mikey is very skilled.
Very
So
skilled.
Earl was
Technical
having a hard
boxer. A
time.
very good, skilled Mexican
Earl was
boxer.
having a hard time with Mikey. That's
Sure
why he
was.
says,
He
"Oh
sure
yeah,
was.
I'll
do you
box
remember
him."
those? Do you remember those scorecards?
Yeah, he won.
No, it was clear as day.
But
Yeah,
no,
but
it was
he
clear
was
as
still
day.
having a hard
Hard
But he
time.
was.
You don't think so?
I was expecting Earl to finish Mikey.
Yeah.
That was real shit. I was expecting Earl to
You
finish
didn't
Mikey.
think that Earl was having a hard time?
Did you see them scorecards?
It was clear as day.
It wasn't that unanimous.
It was
yeah.
it was
but
a
sometimes you
landslide.
gotta really
but
watch
Mikey,
what's happening in the
was
fight.
having his moments in the
Yeah.
fight.
You
Like,
gotta
let's
watch
be
it.
real.
You gotta watch what's happening in the fight. You're just going off the scorecard.
No. I'm
You know
going
Ray
off of the
Charles be
actual
on the
fight.
scorecards all the time.
No. I'm talking about Mikey because don't forget who Mikey was going into that fight. Yes, he did come up 2 divisions. Yes, but Mikey was Mikey then. But don't
in his prime.
don't discredit the fact that
In
we're
his
talking
prime.
about. You're talking about Sandor. I'm saying like, yo, look at Mikey,
Who Mikey
how he
was.
went into the fight, and the fact that he retired. That tells you where his mental was going into that fight. You missed weight, and you're on the brink of retiring.
Yeah, but they're both southpaws. Sandor
And it's the same
Earl.
thing with Kell Brook. Kell Brook went in there after how long he fought whoever no names in Mexico, and they went in there with Terrence. Bro,
Yeah.
you're done.
You're washed.
You're done. You know what I'm saying?
I
That's
just think
what I'm
styles
saying.
make fights, and every fighter got their different perks. And what I'm saying for me is Sandor, yeah, he washed Mikey Garcia, who was kind of maybe
On
on
his
the
way
decline,
out,
right?
he cashed out.
Yeah,
He was ready
he's
to
cashing
cash
out.
He came with the pizza rolls.
But
My man was,
he's
my
good
man was
enough to
alive.
still have survived. They could have won that fight.
Of
Should've won
course.
that fight.
Yeah.
He lost.
I
How
think
was
he
it
was
with
He
alive.
was good enough to go 12 rounds with Earl Spence, who
That's
was
80%
knocking
of
every-
boxing is what?
Huh?
People tell me all the time, 80%, 90%,
Mental.
the highest percent of
80%
boxing
is
is
your
what?
mind, the
Is
mind.
mind,
Yes.
and that tells you. And when he went into that fight, only thing I'm saying is Mikey went into that fight with the mindset he was not fully invested into that.
Yeah.
And you can tell just by the fact that not only did you blow weight, you blew weight like pretty substantially, bro.
Right.
And you retired right after that. That tells you exactly. That tells me everything.
I'm
I
just
need
saying,
to know.
styles make fights. That's all I'm saying. And just because a fighter performed poorly against one fighter does not mean that it's going to happen or it's just going to happen in the other fight.
Yeah.
He could come out and just stop. You know, it's styles. You know?
Every fight is different.
Every
Every,
fight is different,
opponent
so-
you face, every style you
Yeah.
face is something different, and it's something that it's going to change based on that opposition that's in that
Exactly.
ring.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
going to change, and sometimes you're going to look good against this one person. The next person, you're going to look like shit, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is.
We're gonna see though. And
We
I
are
can't
going to
wait.
see,
And
and I can't wait. We got to figure out something.
I don't know.
Live, we got to figure out.
I think
A
I
place,
should be ready by
destination.
then. I'm not even going to announce it now, but I should be ready by then, and we should be able to do something like that.
Do something.
Well, yeah.
All right, let's
I
do something for the people. Let's do something for the people.
I know we have a fight party going to. Just watch that. So they got like an open deck and everything. So we could probably do it there. If I want to do something there, let me know.
Yeah,
Word.
we'll see.
But-
But
figure it out.
hey, listen, that was episode 10. This is Tell the Truth Boxing Pod. I'm the Valley Savage.
Khalif Wadlington.
Ricky numero uno, baby.
We got Q on the ones and twos, man. We gonna be back soon. This is the Valley. We coming up, man. Jonathan on the way. Jonathan
Jonathan wants to come in with the belts, man. I was with him last night. He wants to come with the belt, and he wants
We
you to do them
definitely gonna do
push-ups.
that.
He wants you to do them push-ups, baby.
Push-ups, man.
He's
It's light
ready
work.
with the belt.
I'm glad he asked for push-ups and not money. You know what I'm gonna do that. That's easy.
He
That's
gonna be
light
paying me anyway after Crawford. You know. do his
That's
thing.
alright. That's alright, man. Hey,
So-
you know what, man? All y'all bud tenders, all y'all Republicans. I'm gonna make
Bud
one of y'all
tenders.
cry. I'm gonna make one of y'all cry when Spence wins and how y'all scurry into hiding. Like
I'll
when
be
they
right
cut,
there.
You know when they cut the lights on in one of them New York, those New York broke ass apartments and the
Oh,
roaches
roaches
scattered.
scattered?
You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be y'all.
Oh, no, I'll
that's
be
gonna
right there.
That's gonna
I'll
be
be
the
right
bud.
there.
That's gonna be the bud fans, yo. When Spence wins, they're gonna scatter. I'm gonna
I'll
look
be,
for them
man.
shits. Y'all
I'll
getting
be right
exterminated
there.
for y'all, man.
Hell no, I'm right here.
I'm telling you.
Taking it on the chin, bro.
But yeah, man, we'll be back next time. This is Tell the Truth Boxing Pod episode 10. Get us up for merch. We'll see y'all soon, man. We out.